My name's Sam. I look after the mobile application development team at Hargreaves Lansdown, and this is just kind of a very brief overview of our adventures in Agile over the last few months and the challenges of adopting that in a tightly regulated environment. So, Agile in numbers, just to give you a bit about us. We were founded a little under 40 years ago, and we currently have a market cap of just over 10 billion, which is fairly substantial. To give that some kind of perspective, it's bigger than companies like Next, Sainsbury's, Just Eat, for example. just came to my mind for some reason. We took client numbers. We're still a little bit behind Just Eat. We've only just over a million, but that's up 10% on last year, and we're still growing. I mean, we're obviously not a stubborn place. We've got about 350, heading up towards 400 quite rapidly, IT staff based in Bristol. And we have a second hub out in Warsaw. We've just got about 60 to 70 people working there now as well. And that adds up as a fairly significant proportion of the kind of 1,400 people we've got based in Bristol. And that is, with Warsaw, our offices. That's what we have. Bristol is our home. Bristol is where we've grown since 1981, when it was 2 people in a back bedroom to be that. And the important figure for us in some respects, that's the amount of money we look after. That's 91 billion there of people's money. That's their life savings, their pension pots, their saving for a deposit on a house, their kids' college fund, all of that. That's what we're looking after. And that's a responsibility we have to take quite seriously. Not only because we want to, but also because of some of these fellas who pay a very close attention to what we're doing and want to make sure that everything we're doing is top-notch, is properly secure, is properly looked after, and we're taking due care and attention with that level of data and with their money. Doesn't necessarily seem like a natural fit for an agile environment, which is where we had some internal challenges. We've been doing things a certain way for a very long period of time, a waterfall way, but it wasn't really working. It was far too slow, and it was giving us real problems. So we decided to see what we could do. So we changed to Agile, and we found a few things. We got some Agile coaches in. Some of them were zealots, shall we say. And there were a few things that we kind of wanted to challenge in the Agile methodology. First one was that cross-functional teams, they're a great idea, but cross-functional doesn't mean that everybody's interchangeable. Cross-functional just means that people have some overlap. You can help out in other areas. You can swarm and assist each other. It shouldn't mean at the end of specialists there are always going to be people who are absolutely superb at compression and want to sort that out for you, and you've got to let them do that job. When you're looking at those processes as well, you also need to look at why we're doing things. When we go back to those rules and regulations that we have to follow, there's reasons why all those things are in place. If we understand why our old waterfall processes were done in a certain way, what they were trying to meet, what they were trying to fulfill, we can understand how we can adapt them, how we can make them work in an agile environment. And by doing that, we've removed a lot of our artificial barriers, and we have a real collective commitment within the squad to actually deliver and improve the application. That's partly because we now understand why we're doing what we're doing in terms of a security perspective, but also we now have, with the help of our very, very good product owners, a really good understanding of what it is our clients are trying to get out of the app as well. So that really gets the whole squad energized and keen to actually deliver and see real improvements being put out there. The other thing that's been a key part of our journey is really, really taking to heart that openness that's a core part of Agile, and opening up our processes to all and sundry within the company has actually meant that we're now probably one of the more respected teams in terms of following process, following procedure, and in terms of getting really secure, really solid deployments out there time after time. This one is an important one for me. Individuals and interactions are what's important. Talking to people, it's a core principle of Agile for a reason. We want to respect that we're trying to be Agile, we're trying to do this way, but it's a framework, it's a set of guidelines, it's not rules. So if it doesn't work for you, if there's a good reason for changing it, don't be afraid to change it, don't be afraid to try something slightly different. But key is that last bit, make sure you understand the why. Going back to what I was saying on the slide before, if you understand why it is you're trying to do something, whether it's Agile methodology or regulation, you can then figure out how to change it and how to be successful. So, are we Agile? I think under some definitions we probably are. Under others we probably are. but it kind of doesn't matter, because the important thing is we weren't trying to be agile, we were trying to deliver more value, and we're definitely doing that. So this is our year so far. Back in the early dark days of the start, when we're being deluged by that waterfall, we managed one release. That was it for the whole first 3 months. We had a nice little artificial block at tax year end when we have a complete code freeze. When we switched over into Agile, had our sprint 0 and our sprint 1, and then we kick-started. And we got just a few more releases done in that next 9 months across the 2 major platforms that we have. A few less on Android, but we're still kind of picking up our pace there. Not only were we getting more releases out, but that's actually starting to deliver more and more actual features, more and more actual value to the client. So we're getting more done by working in this way, which is really showing the benefit. Our product owners are incredibly happy, and within HL, we're now being seen as a way to work, and other teams are starting to template and model our processes. That's it. It's very quick. Yep, about time.